Hi, beautiful. We're reading in A Course in Miracles in the text, Chapter 1, The Meaning of Miracles, Section 7, Distortions of Miracle Impulses, and we will read paragraph 2. Child of God, you were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Do not forget this. The love of God, for a little while, must still be expressed through one body to another, because vision is still so dim. You can use your body best to help you enlarge your perception so you can achieve real vision, of which the physical eye is incapable. Learning to do this is the body's only true usefulness. That's amazing. You were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy, and that this is the body's only true usefulness. We're not here to fix, force, change, or correct, or condemn everyone around us. Now, that's what the ego thinks we're here for, but in reality, that's not what we're here for. Fantasy is a distorted form of vision. Fantasies of any kind are distortions because they always involve twisting perception into unreality. Actions that stem from distortions are literally the reactions of those who know not what they do. It's interesting that those were some of the final words spoken on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And we're asked to forgive each other, for we know not what we do. Fantasy is an attempt to control reality according to false needs, twist reality in any way, and you are perceiving destructively. Fantasies are a means of making false associations and attempting to obtain pleasure from them. Oh, I'm going to read that again. Fantasies are a means of making false associations and attempting to obtain pleasure from them. But although you can perceive false associations, you can never make them real, except to yourself. You believe in what you make. If you offer miracles, you will be equally strong in your belief in them. The strength of your conviction will then sustain the belief of the miracle receiver. Fantasies become totally unnecessary as the wholly satisfying nature of reality becomes apparent to both giver and receiver. Reality is lost through usurpation, which produces tyranny. As long as a single slave remains to walk the earth, your release is not complete. Complete restoration of sonship is the only goal of the miracle-minded. It's interesting how many times in A Course in Miracles it says there's no exceptions. God loves all of God's sons, and that's meant to be gender neutral. All of God's children equally. The person on death row as much as the Pope or whoever you venerate or whoever you denigrate. God loves them the same. They're all part of the sonship, perfect, whole, and complete. The ego will never accept that, but your true self already knows that it's true. This is a course in mind training. All learning involves attention and study at some level. Some of the latter parts of the course rest too heavily on these earlier sections not to require their careful study. You will also need them for preparation. Without this, you may become much too fearful of what is to come to make constructive use of it. However, as you study these earlier sections, you will begin to see some of the implications that will be amplified later on. A solid foundation is necessary because of the confusion between fear and awe, to which I have already referred, and which is often made. I have said that awe is inappropriate in connection with the sons of God, because you should not experience awe in the presence of your equals. However, it was also emphasized that awe is proper in the presence of your Creator. I have been careful to clarify my role in the atonement without either over or understating it. I am also trying to do the same with yours. I have stressed that awe is not an appropriate reaction to me because of our inherent equality. That's so beautiful. We never need to look up to anyone or down on anyone, because there is no one on this planet, beloved, there is no one on this planet who is any better or worse than you. Some of the latter steps in this course, however, involve a more direct approach to God Himself. It would be unwise to start on these steps without careful preparation, or awe will be confused with fear, and the experience will be more traumatic than beatific. Healing is of God in the end. The means are being carefully explained to you. Revelation may occasionally reveal the end to you, but to reach it, the means are needed. So this is chapter 1 of the text, and we're not reading in chronological order. This is just a little bit of a review here. I find it very beautiful that it says awe is appropriate for our Creator, because we did not create God. You should not experience awe in the presence of your equals with the sons of God. We can appreciate and love and gently nurture and care for one another. And we can do that while recognizing our equality. And that none of us, not a single one of us, is any better or any worse than anyone else. And that is one of the core teachings of A Course in Miracles. Indeed, that at our core, we are one. And so the idea of being better than someone else is nonsensical. How can you be better than yourself? You simply are. And sure, from the ego's perspective, we're going to meet people that are really messed up in the head, whose psyches are super damaged, be either from nurture or nature. And that still doesn't change their inherent worth, and it doesn't make them better or worse than you, or you better or worse than anyone else. And having a mental health issue doesn't make you better or worse than anyone else. Having delusional thinking doesn't make you better or worse than anyone else. Being super kind or super violent neither makes you better or worse than anyone else in any way, not even in the slightest. Of course, it's a lot more pleasant to be sane. And A Course in Miracles is a beautiful thought system that restores our sanity. And once sanity is restored, your first impulse is going to be to help your brothers and sisters see their beauty and see their innate goodness and their innate worth and their innate innocence so that they can be restored to sanity. Not so that we can be better than or worse than. Healing is of God in the end. The means are being carefully explained to you. Thank you so much for being here and being on this journey. There's a line in A Course in Miracles that says, this curriculum is not optional. The only choice we have is whether to delay it or to take the course. But the sooner you take the course, this custom designed curriculum called Life, and surrender to it in love, letting go of grievances, the more pleasant the journey. That's been my experience. Thank you for being here. You're so beautiful. The light of the Creator shines through your eyes, and everyone who has the blessing of looking into your beautiful eyes feels that and sees that and is changed by it, whether you recognize it or not, and whether they recognize it or not in the moment. That is the truth. So thank you for being here and being you. I love you. See you soon.